Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for joining. When you join on here, please share to be a blessing to others, as I do same on our platforms. You are very welcome to today's edition. It is a cold morning, but we have obligations and we would do it as we've been called to. All right. So today our topic is having a work-life balance. Having a work-life balance. Having a work-life balance. All right. How are you balancing your work? How are you balancing your life? How are you balancing the things that you do? Are you taking your work home? Are you taking your job home? Are you taking things from work and bringing them home? Or when you come home, you leave work aside and you say that, hey, I am going to leave work at work and then I am going to spend time home. How are you doing that? One second, as I share to our other platforms, how are you doing that? What are you doing? How are you getting yourself, differentiating yourself from not doing work whilst you are home, not combining or not bringing your work home? How are you doing that? You know, most people tend to find themselves having to bring their work home. Most people having to find themselves having to bring some sort of part of their job home, because either they could not finish what they were doing at work and so they need to finish up over the weekend, or they need to do something. You know, I used to be like you. I used to be in that position where I would come home and yet still be thinking about work or be working from my phone because I had my work emails logged in on my phone. But you know, it's about time that we stop that. It's about time that we gave ourselves that time. We give ourselves that freedom. We give ourselves that break from working 24/7, from putting in anything 24/7. It's about time we stop that. It's about time we give ourselves that break. It could be a mere thing of you thinking about, hey, how am I going to do this when I go back to work? Or, oh, I need to respond to this email or else I'm in trouble. It's about we saying enough is enough. It's about we saying enough is enough. It's about we saying, I do not want to put my time, my personal time for work anymore. It's about we saying that I need to have time for me. I need to have time for my family. I need to have time for things that I love. I need to have time for other things other than work. We keep bringing work home every day. We keep bringing some sort of job home every day. We keep bringing some form of residue from work every day. I said work balance is a key point of self-care when juggling the responsibility of your workday. So some way, somehow, we find ourselves or we find our work crawling into our personal space. We find our job crawling into our daily life. We find our job crawling into our day-to-day life. We do need to find time and differentiate that. We do need to find time and get that sorted out. We do need to find time and say that I have closed from work and I am going to leave work at work and I'm not bringing it home. Give yourself that time. Give yourself that peace. Give yourself that self-care. Give yourself that, because you need it. Going every day, you would break down. Going every day, you would end up falling sick. Going every day, you would end up stressing out at the end of the day. Put yourself first. Don't bring work home. Manage your time and energy in a way that leaves you feeling fulfilled. Manage your time in a way that it makes you feel fulfilled. Do not bring leftover job home. Do not bring work home in general, point blank period. We find ourselves, our job crawling in daily into our personal lives. Oh, I need to respond to this email. I need to make sure this person is doing this. No, you work 9 to 5. It's enough. It's time for you to have time for you. It's time for you to have time for your family. It's time for you to be in that personal space of yours. Leave work at work. Thanks for joining. Whoever is here, please share to be a blessing to somebody. So manage your time in a way that you feel fulfilled at the end of the day. You feel like yourself at the end of the day. And don't let work creep in as and when it wants. Don't do that. You need to avoid that mental exhaustion. The point where you get to and you like, I need to do this at work. I need to get this thing at work. I need to get this. I need to get this. I need to get this. How about you take a breather? How about you've closed? Let the people at work take care of whatever is left, and you take care of you. Balance your time that you spend on your work project versus the time that you spend with family and friends. We are wrapped in our work so much so that we do not even have time for our family and friends. We are wrapped up so much that we do not have time for family and friends. We do not have time for people that matter to us. We do not have time for people that genuinely care about us because we are so wrapped in, I need to get this thing done at work. I need to get this thing. I am on a timeline. Have a work-life balance. Allow yourself to spend time for you when you are out of work, when you are home, when you said that, hey, it's 5 o'clock and I've clocked out. Have time for you. Have time for you. Allow the job to be there because you were given an amount of time to do that. You were given a particular time frame to get things done. So if you are at work or if you went to work, you went for a reason. That work is done or you've closed. Allow yourself to have time for you. Allow yourself to have time for family. Allow yourself to have time for other things other than work. Once you leave work, leave it there and don't bring it home. Corporate, we all find ourselves doing that. We find ourselves one way or the other having to think about work in a way, having to think about that load of emails that we need to respond to, that work that we need to do, that timeline that we need to meet. We find ourselves thinking about it even during the weekend, that we have to have time for our families. Do your best to do all your work with the time that you've been given, with the time that you've been allotted to. If it says 9 to 5, 9 to 5. If it says 7 to 4, 7 to 4. Use that time wisely whilst you are at work. Use that time. And then when you leave that job, when you walk out of that door, don't look back. When you walk out of that door, don't think about it. If you are something just came through, let it ride. But constantly thinking about what I need to do when I have to go back to work, don't do it. It's your weekend. Enjoy life. It's your weekend. Enjoy family. It's your weekend. Do something for yourself other than thinking about work. You ask me, why can't I think about work if I have so many on my table that I have to take care of? There's so much benefit in leaving work at work and taking care of you. when you are not at work? Why would you allow all the time that you have or for the weekend to be used for thinking about what you would have to do when you go to work on Monday? It could be your white collar job. It could be the business that you own yourself. I'm not saying don't think about it. I'm not saying don't think about what the next plan is. I'm not saying, oh, if it's important, it's immediate, don't do that. I'm not saying that. But allow yourself to enjoy you when you are not at work. Some benefit are higher production or higher productivity. Because you come back from the weekend refreshed. You come back from the weekend up here, sane, sound, and ready to go, ready to conquer, ready to tackle. You come back fulfilled. When you don't think about how is this thing going to be done on Monday? How is that thing going to be done on Monday? You end up being fulfilled. You end up having that good energy that you need to start that fresh week. You end up getting that ability to think of new ideas if you have to. I wrote here, I said better health. Being able to separate work from your life helps in getting rid of so many illness, so many diseases, so many unnecessary headaches, so many stress. Are you too tired? Even during the weekend, because you're thinking of what you're going to do when you go back to work on Monday. Is that what you are thinking of? Is that what you are thinking of? You are so stressed out in the sense that you do not know how you're going to go through the week, how you're going to go through the day, because you are so stressed out. You didn't take time for yourself. You didn't take time to unwind from the week's activity. You are so wrapped in. How is this going to be done? How is that going to be done? How is that going to be done? You know, a wise person once told me, thinking or stressing about the things that you cannot change is useless. That's what somebody told me, somebody I hold dear. That's what that person told me. He said, why are you thinking, why are you stressing about something that you cannot do anything about? Same thing go for our job. Why are you thinking about the work that is on your desk on Monday when you have to unwind and release stress and then unwind and think of you? Why? Fatigue. I wrote here, I said, your professional reputation can suffer if you are making mistake because you are tired. You are tired because you did not take time to rest. You are tired because you were going non-stop. You are tired because you did not take time to unwind. Do not let your professional reputation suffer just because you are bringing work home when you're not supposed to. And when I say bringing work home, not physical, not only physically, but even mentally too. You are bringing it home. You are not separating your personal life from your work life. And so your professional reputation will suffer and your personal reputation will suffer too, because you end up hurting people in your life because you're not having time for them. It helps you prevent high blood pressure. Since you are not going saying, I need to do this, I need to do this need to be done, this need to be done, this need to be done. You are not stressing. High blood pressure will be reduced. So why don't you leave work at work when you come home? Why don't you leave that work there when you walk out of that door? Why are you stressing over something that you can do little about? Why? Why are you stressing over something that you can do little about? You are giving yourself too much stress. You are giving yourself too much struggle. You are giving yourself too much. Allow yourself to breathe. Give yourself that care that it needs. Because in so doing, your productivity is high. In so doing, when you go back into work the next day, you have a sound mind. You are refreshed. You have full energy. You are ready to tackle and conquer. You are able to produce and focus more when you separate work from your normal life. How are you separating your work from your normal life? How are you separating your business from your normal life? How are you separating your professional work from your normal life? What needs to go in order for you to have that separate life and enjoy each other? What do you need to do in order to ensure and maintain that when I leave work, I leave everything relating to work there, and I come home and I take care of me, and I take care of my life, and I pamper myself? In separating these two, you save yourself from being burned out. You save yourself from mental exhaustion. You save yourself from so many issues because you are not overworking yourself. You are not overworking yourself when you need to take a break. You are not overworking yourself when you need to relax. You are not overworking yourself when you need to leave work at work. These are some of the benefits of having a work-life balance in our lives. But most of us don't do it that way. Most of us are wrapped in our work day in, day out, because there is something we're looking for that we're not getting. There is something we need to achieve that we haven't gotten there. And so we find ourselves spending all our time, all our energy, all our effort focusing on our job instead of our lives too. You cannot take care of one and leave the other. You cannot take care of this one and leave the other. Some way, somehow, you need to differentiate them. Some way, somehow, you need to have a separation for both. And you ask me, Amanda, how am I supposed to do that? All I know is work, because that's what gives me my source of income. All I know is work, because that is what gives me this. That is what gives me that. And I'll tell you some things that you need to do in order to be able to separate it. Sometimes you need to say no. You need to have that no as part of your answers. If you are somebody that everybody keeps bringing their work to you because they know that you're going to take care of it, they know that, oh, when it goes to Amanda, this thing will get done. Sometimes you need to say no. Learn to say no. Don't be somebody who always want to please others and not yourself. Sometimes you need to say no. You need to be bold enough and say no. I have a lot on my plate. I have a lot of work to do. And so no, this time is going to be a no. You need to learn to say no. When it comes to people bringing everything to you because you are the one guy at work that wants to please everybody, that wants to make everybody happy. And so when they come, even when you cannot, you keep saying, oh yes, I can do it. And you take it upon you. Yes, I can do it. And you keep adding up, yet you cannot because you are burned out. Yet you cannot because you are tired. Yes, you cannot because you are stressing now. Take a break. Take break from working. These are some of the ways you can have a work-life balance. Take break. Working yourself to the time you cannot do anything anymore. Shouldn't be you. Working yourself to the time that you can't think anymore. Shouldn't be you. Sometimes you need to just get off from that computer and move away from there. So that is why it is important that, yeah, I know there are some work that when you're going home over the weekend, you need to go with your computer. And my job, the current job I do is one. Sometimes I don't bring it to work. I don't bring it to the house if I don't have work to do. But some job require that you bring your working tools home. You bring your computer home. You bring your monitor home or some sort, right? If that is how your work is, fine, bring it home, but put it somewhere. If you do not have to sit by that computer over the weekend, don't do it. Don't open it. It is meant to be sent home just for an emergency that you need to do some work. Excuse me. Or you need to take care of an email real quick. That's okay. But when you don't have to do that, and yet you bring it home, and then you're sitting on it, you're not even taking time for yourself. You're not even eating. You're not even taking time to do things that will make you happy. So take time to take break. This improves your concentration. This reduces stress. This makes you feel more alive. Are you feeling down? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling broken because you have so much on your mind that is work related than yourself? Enjoy life. Enjoy your me time. Enjoy the free time that you have when you are not demand or work doesn't demand you to work. Understand that sometimes you need to do things out of the ordinary in order to get the result that you want. Sometimes you need to, as I always say, get out of your comfort zone in order to get to where you want to be, in order to get the life that you want, in order to get the peace that you want. But if you are always stressing out, if you are always constantly thinking about work, constantly thinking about how this is, constantly thinking about the work that you weren't able to do, constantly thinking about the assignment that you weren't able to do, constantly thinking about that report that you weren't able to submit. Thanks for joining, my sister. I see you on here. Then you're going to break down. Have a work-life balance. Learn to put work at work. Learn to have time for me, have time for you when you come home. Leave that work at the door. The moment you walk out of that, I know some of us will say that, oh, our work require us, those of us that are managers. My sister is on here. I know sometimes you need to be by that work call, work phone. You have to be on it. But when time permit, allow yourself to take care of you. When time permit, allow yourself to put work at work and take care of you. Have you realized that you are stressing out lately because all you think about is work? Have you realized that you are breaking down easily because all you think about is work? Have you realized that you do not have time for you because all you do is work, 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 work? Yes, I know there are bills to pay. Yes, I know that sometimes you want to make sure that things are done. You want to make sure that things have taken care of. But take care of you. Take care of you. We walk out of the door from work and all we do is think about it again throughout the week, throughout the weekend. That's all we do because we did not finish something. There was a report we weren't able to complete. There was an assignment we weren't able to complete. And everybody is, as I was saying earlier on, everybody is bringing the work that they were not able to do to you because they know that when they come to you, you will be able to do it. They know that when they come to you, you would not say no. But sometimes you need to say no. Sometimes you need to say no. If you are one of those who cannot say no, you need to learn to say no. If it means you taking extra work, you need to learn to say no. If what you have on your plate hasn't been taken care of, if what you have on your plate is already draining you, if what you have on your plate is already stressing you out, you need to say no. Sometimes you need to walk away if need be. Put your health first. I always tell my sister this. I said, put your health first because your health matters. The moment you are not able to take care of you, the moment that thing is thrown out of the door, you're going to break down. The work will still be there. So make sure you make your health a priority. That job will still be there. Listen, if you were to fall sick today, or if you were to not be around today, that job will be given to somebody else. That responsibility will be given to somebody else. So why are you stressing yourself and not taking care of you? Why are you stressing yourself and not putting your health first? Why are you stressing yourself and putting every other person first other than yourself? The moment you walk out of that job, that you said that I have clocked out, I've closed, leave work at work and take care of you. It's not easy to do, especially when you have a whole bunch of report to do, especially when you have some reports or some things that you were supposed to finish before the weekend and you didn't. It's not easy to not think about it. I get it. But sometimes you need to try to get your mind off it. You need to try to take care of you whilst you are not at work. You need to try to take care of your health whilst you are not at work. You need to try to rest when you are not at work. The work will be there. That boss will give that responsibility or will give that position to somebody else in a heartbeat. That does not mean to say that don't do your best when it comes to your job. No, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about having time for you, having time to take care of you, having time to rejuvenate, having time to regroup, having time to take care of you when you are not at work. It's 9 to 5. I am done. Now I have to go home and take care of me. Now I have to go home and have time for my family. Now I have to go home and have time for me. That is what you should be thinking about when you walk out of that door at 5 p.m. Because guess what? The next morning you're going to go back and do that same thing that you were doing that you weren't able to finish the day before. So why bring it home? Why stress yourself about it whilst you're home? Why not take time to think of you? Why not take time to take break from it so you can unwind, so you can have concentration, so you can have full energy, so you can have full strength when you go back in tomorrow morning or Monday? Don't allow yourself to break down. Don't allow your job to have you break down. Don't allow your job to have you lose that peace, that self-love that you have. And this is one of the situations that you need to communicate your boundaries. Yes, communicate your boundaries. When it comes to your work and your life balance, communicate your boundaries. If you have to put on your calendar that, hey, from this time to this time, it is my lunch time. From this time to this time, I am doing this. Do it. Communicate that, because your boundary will let people know that, hey, this is my work schedule. This is what I need to do. And this is what I can undertake daily. If you open the door up, everybody will come in with their need. Everybody will come in with the things that they need from you, because they know that, oh, if we go to Amanda, if we go to George, he's not going to say no. He's going to help us do take care of this. It's okay to be that person that everybody comes to when they need certain things done. But again, you need to set boundaries. You need to communicate those boundaries to them. Allow them to know, or give them a reason to know that, hey, when she is taking her break or when he is taking her lunch, you cannot disturb her. Put that on your calendar. From this time to this time is my lunch time. From this time to this time, I need to take a break. Put that out there. Put that out there. And when you walk out of that door, remind yourself this. The job will still be there come Monday. The job will still be there come tomorrow. The job will still be there come next week. So let me focus on me, because now I have done, or I am done with what I am supposed to do. I am done with work. Take care of you. There is only one of you. So if you don't take care of that you end up breaking down. If you don't take care of that you end up destroying yourself. If you don't take care of that you end up giving or calling so many sickness to yourself. You end up stressing unnecessarily. You end up breaking down easily. Take care of you. Make time for family. Set time aside to spend with your family by making time a priority. Hey! How often do we make time priority in our lives? We don't. Instead of we spending time with family, or when family know that, oh, this weekend daddy, mommy is going to spend time with us. No, by Saturday, daddy is sitting on computer, mommy is sitting on computer doing school work, completing the assignment that he wasn't able to complete from work. How then do you spend time together? How then do you spend time if you don't have any family around? How then do you spend time with your own self? How then do you make yourself feel alive again? How then do you make yourself feel relaxed again? How then do you do that? What would it mean for you to not have to think of work when you are home? What will it mean for you being able to unwind from work, not think about work when you are home, not think about work when you walk out of that door, not think about work when you are with family, not think about work when you are taking care of you? What will it mean to you? What will it mean for your health? What will it mean for your sanity? What will it mean for your peace? What will it mean for your family? Is it going to add any energy to you? Yes. Is it going to take care of little illness here and there? Yes. Is it going to allow you to not put your personal and your professional reputation in jeopardy? Yes. Is it going to allow you to be refreshed at all times? Yes. So why don't you take time for you? Why don't you leave work at work when you close? Why do you bring work home? Work-life balance is what we're talking about here. It's different if you work from home. Even that, you need to learn to separate those two. Even that, you need to learn to put aside those two. My sister has written, because she understands exactly what I'm talking about. You are always stressed out. You are always broken down. You are always thinking, how is this going to work? How am I going to do this? Because you are bringing work home. Work-life balance. And then you do the same thing over and over and over and over again. You do the same thing over, like it's a repetition. It's a repeated cycle. You do it over and over again. And you find yourself always tired, always stressed out. And you ask, what is going on with me? Have you sat down to think why these things are happening to you? As I said, should you be no more today, that position will be given to somebody else. Should you be no more today? I always say that even if it's one person in here that this message will go for, that is what I would do. That is what it is meant to do. Everybody knows that when it comes to you, you cannot say no. And so they will bring their work to you, their leftovers to you, because you cannot say no. When people are going on vacation, they are leaving their job to you. When people are going on leave, they are leaving their work to you because they know you cannot say no. That is not the kind of work you want to have. As I said, I know there are certain jobs that you need to have work phone around you, especially those that are managers for group homes and all that. But even that, try and have a work-life balance. Even that, try and have a work-life balance. Try and have a work-life balance. Try and take care of you. Try and give yourself that little or extra self-care. Give yourself that little extra self-care. Understand that you are one. You were made one. Understand that. Understand that there is only one of you. So if you don't take care of this one, you're going to break down. If you don't take care of you, nobody will. If you allow yourself to be driven anyhow, for your job to drive you anyhow, you're going to break down. Learn to say no. Learn to take a break. Start small if you have to. Start small. Communicate those boundaries. Put your health first. I wrote here, I said, changing everything at once will be overwhelmed or will be overwhelming. Ask for help if you need it. Ask for assistance if you need it. Ask for help if you need it. If you cannot differentiate your job from your personal life, ask for help. I hate to see friends and family being burned out because all they're doing is work, bringing it home, bringing it into the family. As I said earlier on, corporate, I used to do that. I've done that before. My sister on here can tell you. I've done that before. When I used to be a manager for a group home. You are constantly working 24/7 non-stop. Because you are the manager of that house. You need to make sure staffs are doing the things that they need to do. But there should, yes, you are being paid salary, but there should be a break. There should be time that you say that if I'm home this time, nobody can contact me. You need to take care of the house. If there is a need for you to find something else to do, do it. Find an alternative. But sitting there and working yourself over won't solve the problem. Sitting there and working yourself will break you down. Help improve your concentration. Help reduce your stress level. Help reduce it. My sister, maybe today this message is for you. That is why you are on here. Learn to say no. Leave that work at work when you walk out of that door. If it's something that you've been doing all this while and not leaving work at work, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy because that is all you know. That is why you have to start small. Starting small by, if you have to find yourself another job, do it. If you have to find another alternative, do it. But don't sit in that work that doesn't give you any time for yourself, any time for your personal life. Don't allow that job to break you down. Don't allow that job to take away that freedom that you need, to take away that time that you need, to take away that self-care that you need. Take that decision. Take that bold step. Say to yourself that I am going to leave it there when I leave work. The moment I walk out of that door and say that I'm done for the day, I'm not going to think about it anymore. until the next day, until the next week, if it's the weekend. Free up your mind. Free up that space. You've clustered that space way too much with work. Free it up. Free it up. Free it up. Start gradually. And why are we talking about this? We're talking about this today because I've seen so many people getting burned out. I've seen so many people stressing out, getting sick, just because all they know to do is go, and not take break for themselves. All they know to do is work, and not take time for themselves. Are you producing or producing any higher value? Or you just producing anything because you feel that you have to produce? When you have a work-life balance, your productivity is higher. You prevent so many diseases and illness. You get a better health. Do your best to do everything that you have to do during the day whilst you are at work. And when you come home, take care of you. Because you matter. Take care of you. Because you need it. Take care of you. Because nobody will do it for you. Until you get up and take action, until you get up and say that enough is enough, and now I am going to do what makes me happy, what makes me fulfilled as a person in life, you will always be in shambles. Manage your time and energy in a way that leaves you feeling fulfilled. That leaves you engaged as a whole being. Learn to separate your work from your life. Learn to separate your daily activity from your family life. Learn to separate that work, that job. Learn to concentrate on you. Learn to concentrate on your health. Learn to concentrate on your peace. Learn to concentrate on you, because you are all that matters. You are all that matters. You are all that matters. That is what I am living as today. Work-life balance. That is all that matters. This might not be for everybody. This might be for that one person that all he or she know is working. Working even when they are home. Working when on the go. Working whilst they travel. That person is what this message is for. I always say that we come on here to work on ourselves. We come on here to learn from each other. Maybe that message is for only that person. Maybe that is why I was sent here to dish out this morning. And so if you're hearing me, and if you are in that situation, if you're hearing me, and that is how your life has become, take time and breathe. Take time and unwind. Take time and take care of you, because your life matters. Take time to allow that walls to take care of themselves. When I mean that walls to take care of themselves, that work well need to take care of itself when you are at work. That life wall need to take care of itself when you are home. Don't bring it home. Don't intertwine it. Don't mix them up. Don't wait until you've broken down to say that I need to make changes. Don't wait until you've broken down to say that I really need to do things about it. Now that you have that mental stability, now that you have that energy, now that you have that ability, work on it. Work on it. Work on it. Once again, this is a Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. If you haven't followed us yet, as I always say, do so. And thank you for joining us every Saturday morning. Thank you for making time for us. Thank you for carrying us along. Thank you for holding us to where we need to go to. Our website is now live, adoe.org. We have forms there that you can fill to get daily, weekly, or monthly motivations. We have places there that if you need to join us as a motivator, as a volunteer, anything that you want, that's what we want to build, that community. Places that we can learn from each other. So if you haven't joined us yet, do so. adoei.org. is the website. Look around, check us out there. Let us know what you think. But once again, as I said, thank you so much to the team that is backing this, to the advisory boards that are backing this. I say thank you. To my partner and my baby, I say thank you for your support always. And to you, the fans, to you, the audience, thank you so much for carrying us along. As I always say, as you carry us along, may God honor you. May God answer you speedily when you call on Him. May He never leave you. May He answer you in time of need. We thank you. We love you. And until we come your way again next week, stay blessed. It's cold out there, those up here, my American fellows and my Canada fellows. It's cold out here. Please make sure you bundle up. Make sure if you're going out, you bundling up. Let's take care of ourselves. And let's take care of one another. Thank you. And until I see you again, I sign out. Have a fruitful Saturday. Have a blessed week ahead. Bye for now.